A pleasant good day, everyone. I'm Decadet Santito from University of Cebu METC campus. At this juncture, we will able to discuss or to share to you our thoughts or my thoughts about the collisions of vessel case study number 3, and we are the group 4. So these are the members. They are listed, and I am here in the last part, Decadet Santito Jerson B. So the first scenario happened between the Diamond Shoal and the Cape Hatteras. So the incident occurred off Cape Hatteras in the United States and involved northbound traffic which follows a northerly course after passing the Diamond Shoals light. So as you can see, that's the map of the off Cape Hatteras. So the two vessels were involved, namely the vessel Tango, which is the green one, and the vessel Charlie, which is the red one. So the incident occurred during the day in a good condition of a good visibility and order, with the vessel Tango was heading on a course 00 degrees at a speed of 70 knots, and the vessel Charlie was heading on a course of 0-10 degrees at a speed of 90 knots. So as you can see in the image, so that's the position of the two vessels and the how the heading of the course. So next, then the ship T or the ship Tango observed C on its own starboard beam and overtaking. So 20 minutes before the collision, that's the position being happened in 20 minutes before the collision. As you can see, the ship C able to overtake to the ship Tango. So the ship Tango changed manual steering while ship C on autopilot. So as you can see in the pictures and the image I was able to show, the hand steering and the on autopilot. So this is the difference when they moving. So 10 minutes before collision, the ship Tango changed the course to 00 degrees to come up on a parallel. So as you can see, they are able to parallel to each other. So it's a good condition at this juncture or at this moment. So 6 minutes before collision, ship C was 0.75 nautical miles ahead of the ship Tango. When the master ship Charlie left the bridge, meanwhile, the officer of the watch on ship Tango went on the port bridge wing to take a bearing of the Diamond Shoals, light facing a stone, and left only helmsman in the wheelhouse. So at these junctures in the bridge, that's the situation happened that time, 6 minutes before collision. So 4 minutes before collision, the ship C developed a failure in her steering system, and the ship turned to hard port. So the ship Charlie was able to having a failure on the steering system. As you can see in the picture, there it was stated there that the steering fails. So next, the ship Charlie was ahead of ship Tango on a screen course of 270 degrees when the officer of the watch sounded the whistle and ordered the engines to stop. So at that moment, the movement of the ship Charlie, or the degrees of that ship, was able to turn into 270 degrees. So as you can see in the pictures, that's the position. And they're able to have a signal so that the ship Tango able to they are able to hear the signals, or they able to communicate the ship Tango. So next, so this is the videos, as you can see. So I able to play this one. The ship was ahead of ship Tango on a crossing course of 270. The officer of the watch sounded the whistle and they ordered the engine stop. So I will show you the videos from 3 minutes. I'd like to follow this one because we were talking about the 3 minutes ahead.
70 degree on a crossing course of 270 degrees.
So
Minus 4.
It's the 4 minutes.
Minus 3.
Okay, that's the 3 minutes before. So that's the situation. So we watch for the videos for a while. So the ship Tango able to have a signal, two short blasts to inform.
The officer of the watch on ship T now sees the developing situation, sounds the whistle, and orders hard port and stop on the engines.
So that's the situation there. You can see the ship Tango, they're not able to they're able to delay the other actions. So that's the happen why it able to collide. So for a while, so as you can see in the pictures, and a while ago when we watched this, the position wing collide. So overtaking ship Charlie was held 82.5 of the blame, and ship T was 17.5 at fault. Why? Because the ship Charlie was able to blame failure of her electrical steering mechanism, cause here to swing to port across the bow of the vessel and into a collision, with the vessel just overtaking the ship Tango. Though the blame is on the ship C, but they're also the failure of the ship Tango. Because of them, 17.5 at a fault because of the officers of the watch was them negligent. So when we say negligent, they're able to not answer directly, or they are not good. Failure in communicating. Negligence for the following reason. So that's the these are the reasons of failing to attempt steer manual in violations of the bridge. Standing order delayed. The sounds of any danger whistle signal, and failing to stop engine as soon as possible. So the ship Tango not able to through actions when the ship Charlie was able to signal them, whistle them the warning, but the ship Tango not able to do the actions ahead of time. They're able to delay that one, so they will be blamed for 75.5%. That's what I've stated there. So for the interpretation, ship Charlie was very obvious, was clearly at blame because of her electric steering mechanism caused the swing to port across the bow of the vessel and violated rule number 5, 13, 6, and 5. And the ship's Tango violated rule number 5, proper lookout. The officer of the watch deemed too negligent. So those are the violated rules. We will be able to recall what are the 5 rules being stated there, the 5, 13, and 6, and 15. So these are the things that able to learn. So every vessel should at all time maintain a proper lookout by sights and hearing, as well as by all available means appropriate in the prevailing circumstances and conditions, so as to make a full appraisal of the situations and or the risk of collision. That's the rule number 5. So as the OOW, or the officer of the watch, we must be very observant. Though we can do mistakes, but soon as soon as possible we're able to action, or that we have a proper lookout. So next, the rule number 6, it requires that every vessel should all time proceed at a safe speed so that she can take proper and effective actions to avoid collisions and be stopped within a distance appropriate to prevailing circumstances and conditions. So that's one of the violated of the ship Charlie, because they're not able to have a the safe speed. They're always their engines, or their course are able to fully forced, so they're able to, so that the situations being collide at the actions of collision, they're not uh able to slow their so next is the when a vessel is in a doubt as to whether she's overtaking another, she shall assume that it is the case and act accordingly, state in 13. So that's the rule number 13. That's not able to be violated by the ship Charlie. And lastly, the rule number 15, when two power-driven vessels are crossing as to involve risk of collisions, the vessel which has the other on her own starboard side shall keep out of the way and shall, if the circumstances of the case admit, avoid a crossing ahead of the other vessel stated in rule number 15. So as a maritime student, or being a BSMT or Bachelor of Science, Marine Transportation, we must very familiar and we must very knowledgeable in the terms to call regs, so that we will able to avoid collisions, and we will able to defend ourselves, that we were doing our best, we're doing out, so that we will not able to have a danger, and we will not able to collide to another ship. So as long as we're able to know the call regs, that's not the only safety of you, but also the members of all the person involved in the ships. So that's all, guys. So thank you for listening. So goodbye and thank you. That's my thoughts.